just awful to see this, and we apologize for having to go live from our satellite phone, but it's a testament to how much damage is here in Sharkey County and Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Cell towers have been heavily damaged here, which is why we're not being able to go live on air. But what we're looking at here is just utter devastation, Jim. Structures that have just been reduced to rubble. One local official says that his town looks like a landfill, and it really does. There's just debris stretching out for miles here. It is really hard to say this, but it doesn't seem like any of the town really was able to escape any of the damage. A lot of the structures, most of the structures that we've seen have had significant damage to them, and just in the last several minutes, we've seen some what we believe to be cadaver dogs going through some of the harder hit sites, including the site that we brought to you last hour, which is the Chuck's Restaurant and Diner here, a sort of staple here, a gathering point for the local community that has just been devastated. It's gone. Looking at it right now, there's a car flipped upside down on top of the debris. We've seen cars up in trees, telephone poles that have been snapped like toothpicks, and talking to the tornado survivors here, looking in their eyes, there's this look of shell shock. Earlier, I spoke to Ernest Hall, who tells me that he went through the storm last night. He was actually asleep. He works, lots of hours, and he was asleep in his home when he was woken up and went actually to a trailer park that was hard hit and started rescuing family members. He said along with two friends, he rescued 6 people. But unfortunately, one of the people that he was hopeful was alive, his mother-in-law, he found her body, he said. And earlier he spoke to me about his experience.
She had told the kids to get down on the ground, on the floor in the house. The kids that survived it, the one that told me. And when I found her, she was down like she was trying to cover up from a tornado storm. And then when she was left at.
You found her?
Yep.
Not something you're going to forget.
No. So many bodies last night I seen.
The recovery operations are still ongoing here in Rolling Fork. Everyone here, even those who have been hit by the tornado and had homes that were destroyed, are out here helping out. Everyone chipping in, and there is a lot of cleanup to be done here, Jim.
It looks that way. All right, Nick Valencia, thanks so much. We appreciate it. I want to stay in Rolling Fork right now. Jesse Mason is a member of the Sharkey County, Mississippi Board of Supervisors. He joins me also over the phone. Jesse, we were just talking with our correspondent, Nick Valencia, there over the phone. He was saying it was in part because it's difficult to get any kind of service down there. How are things going on that end and just with everything else? I mean, it's just devastating, these pictures.
Well, right now, everything is kind of running pretty smooth as far as the outpouring of help, and we couldn't ask for no better, pour out as help wise. But we're still searching for hopefully survivors and not bodies. But we have been finding several casualties, and my thing is it's just an ongoing process, and it's going to be a long road ahead. It's going to be This town is 98% gone. So therefore, it have taken a serious blow.
And did you see the tornado or hear the tornado? Did you experience it in any way? And if not, have you talked to neighbors who did go through it?
Yeah, the only thing I did, I could hear the sound of the tornado because I remember when it hit my town in about 3 months ago when it hit Anguilla, and I can remember that sound. And so that's when I say that's that same sound when it came through here. And so I jumped in my vehicle because I got a phone call about what was going on in Rolling Fork. So I started to come this way, and you can tell that it was something bigger than just a regular storm because of the way that the wind and all that, the way that it was blowing. So you know the difference.
You certainly do. And how are people reacting in the community there? I mean, I just have to imagine it's just devastating. I mean, looking at the video, people's lives have been destroyed.
Yes, that's to sum it up in a nutshell. People have been destroyed, but you still got a lot of people showing support and loving on each other right now, and that's what we need more than anything.
And the mayor of Rolling Fork, Eldridge Walker, says the city is just gone. Is that your assessment as well? What does it look like?
That would be my say on it as well. I say maybe 2% of the town that you could say suffer minor damage, but 98% is pretty much gone.
My goodness. Well, Jesse Mason, thank you very much for your time. Please stay safe. We really appreciate your time this evening. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And for more information on how you can help the victims of the severe storms that swept through Mississippi, go to cnn.com/impact.
All right, joining us on the phone right now, Zachary Hall. He's a professional storm chaser who was able to view the destruction in Mississippi firsthand. Zachary, you're in Rolling Fork right now. Describe what you're seeing.
I'm looking at pure destruction. Vehicles tossed, trees completely debarked. I'm actually staring right at an American flag in the middle of, I'm not sure what this used to be. It's complete rubble now, but it's just apocalyptic, I guess is the best way to describe what I'm seeing.
And when, I guess as you traverse the area, the people that you're seeing, are these mostly first responders, or are you seeing people who, are emerging from rubble, who survived this, who are assessing their losses? What are you seeing in terms of human life?
Well, most of the response here is local first responders, locals, family members here to help. We were actually here last night and observed the tornado come into town, and we were the first on scene. So we observed the emergence from the rubble and that sort of thing last night. I know that there are still some people who are not accounted for, unfortunately. But right now, a lot of it is just trying to help people clean up, get things out of their home that they need. Like I said earlier, there's vehicles on top of homes, things tossed miles. It's just it's crazy.
And we're looking at what appears to be drone footage right now, and you're right, it is just apocalyptic. It looks unbelievable, the amount of debris that all seems to be pushed into one another, and then you can see, on the horizon what looked like there were tall trees, a lot of broken, mangled trees. Had you been to this community before, this area, to know what it looked like before this?
I drove through Rolling Fork, Mississippi last night about 2 minutes before the tornado hit. We have a vehicle, wrapped in tornado graphics and all sorts of things. We were honking our horn, trying to get people. There was no sirens going off in the town. I remember seeing a Mexican restaurant, I believe. There was like a Family Dollar, a small gas station. And that's what I remember. But I can tell you right now, I don't see any of those things right now.
Oh my goodness. So then wait a minute, Zachary. So you were there just prior to the storm hitting, about the time that you think sirens should have been going off. You knew then that there was some, threatening system coming that way. Where did you take cover?
So we drove into Rolling Fork with the expectation of this storm traveling northeast and going just north of town. That did not happen. Usually when stronger supercells, strong tornadoes, sometimes they'll make a hard right turn, and we believe that's what happened. I can't say for sure, but it sure seemed like, from my recollection, as we drove south through the town, we got just south of town to observe the tornado. Like I said, we could hear the roar, we could see it in the lightning flashes. Then, of course, it moved into town and unfortunately hit the town in the center of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. We were spared as far as avoiding the tornado, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So close call for sure. Closest call I've ever had with a violent tornado.
My goodness. And then what was that sound like? You said you could hear it. What is there a way to describe the sound that came with that storm?
Terrifying is the first thing that comes to mind, and the second thing that comes to mind is it sounds like a train. Do you ever hear a train rolling towards your location over and over? You can hear that rumble is what it sounded like. It was I get chills thinking about it, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it was scary. Seeing it in the dark, it was dark. So all we could see was the lightning flashes. And every time the lightning would flash, it got closer and closer, and we were able to get out of the way safely. But